Streamlining ETL Processes, moving data from S3 to PostgreSQL with AWS Glue. This podcast is brought to you by Business Compass LLC. We are an Amazon Web Services advanced consulting partner. We build and migrate workloads to Amazon Cloud. Our website is businesscompassllc.com. Our phone number is 973-638-2228. Our email address is contact@businesscompassllc.us. In today's extensive data landscape, efficiently moving and transforming data is critical for gaining actionable insights. Amazon Web Services, AWS, provides powerful tools for managing this process, with AWS Glue standing out as a serverless, fully managed extract, transform, load, ETL service. This podcast walks you through setting up a seamless ETL pipeline from Amazon S3 to a PostgreSQL database on Amazon RDS, leveraging AWS Glue's capabilities. Introduction: Addressing the challenge of data movement in big data environments. Big data environments often involve vast amounts of unstructured and structured data stored across multiple sources. Moving this data efficiently from storage systems like Amazon S3 to a relational database like PostgreSQL can be challenging. The process typically requires setting up a secure and scalable pipeline to handle large datasets, automate the ETL process, and ensure data integrity. AWS Glue provides an excellent solution to these challenges, offering visual and script-based ETL capabilities to simplify data movement and transformation. Prerequisites: Key components needed for a seamless ETL setup. Before diving into the step-by-step guide, ensure you have the following components ready. Amazon S3 bucket, a storage location where your raw data files are stored. Amazon RDS PostgreSQL instance. A PostgreSQL database instance is set up on AWS RDS to store the processed data. AWS IAM role, a role with the necessary permissions to access S3, RDS, and Glue services. AWS Glue service, enabled in your AWS account, with the required permissions to interact with S3 and RDS. Step 1. Configuring IAM roles and permissions, granting access to essential services. AWS Identity and Access Management, IAM, roles are essential for granting AWS Glue access to the S3 bucket and the RDS instance. Follow these steps to configure IAM roles and permissions. Create an IAM role. Navigate to the IAM console and create a role for AWS Glue. Attach policies. Attach the following policies. Amazon Safeful Access allows Glue to read and write data to S3. Amazon RDS Access grants access to the RDS instance. AWS Glue Service Role, necessary for Glue to run ETL jobs. Trust relationship, ensure that the IAM role trusts the AWS Glue service. Step 2. Setting up the PostgreSQL database on RDS, ensuring secure data storage. Your PostgreSQL database on Amazon RDS will serve as the destination for your transformed data. To set up your RDS instance. Launch an RDS instance. Use the RDS console to create a PostgreSQL instance. Ensure it's in a VPC with the appropriate security group that allows inbound traffic on the PostgreSQL port, default 5432. Configure security. Enable encryption and set up multi-AWS deployment for high availability. Create a database user with the necessary privileges for data ingestion. Step 3. Establishing data connections with JDBC, bridging Glue and RDS. AWS Glue uses JDBC, Java database connectivity, to connect to your PostgreSQL database. Follow these steps to establish the connection. Create a connection in AWS Glue. Go to the Glue console and create a new connection. Choose JDBC as the connection type. Configure the connection. Provide details such as the database endpoint, port, and user credentials. Test the connection to ensure it's set up correctly. Step 4. The AWS Glue ETL process, combining visual ETL and script mode for flexibility. AWS Glue offers two modes for creating ETL jobs, visual ETL and script mode. Here's how to use both for flexibility. Visual ETL. Use the Glue Studio to create your ETL job visually. Select your S3 data source and PostgreSQL as the target. Script mode. For advanced transformations, switch to script mode to customize the ETL process using Python or Scala. This mode allows for greater control over the data transformation logic. Step 5. Explaining the script, breaking down the code for clarity. Let's break down a simple Glue ETL script. Import sys. From AWSGlue.transforms import. From AWSGlue.utils import get resolved options. From PySpark.context import Spark context. From AWSGlue.context import Glue context. From AWSGlue.job import job. args equals get resolved options sys.arguf. Job underscore name SC equals Spark context glue context equals glue context SC Spark equals glue context dot Spark underscore session. Job equals job glue context job dot init args job underscore name, args. Hash load data from S3. Data source 0 equals glue context dot create underscore dynamic underscore frame dot from underscore catalog database equals my underscore database. Table underscore name equals my underscore table. Transformation underscore CTX equals data source 0. Hash transformation logic. Apply mapping 1 equals apply mapping dot apply frame equals data source 0. Mappings equals column 1, string, column 1, string, column 2, int, column 2, int, transformation underscore CTX equals apply mapping 1. Hash write to PostgreSQL. Data sync 2 equals glue context dot write underscore dynamic underscore frame dot from underscore JDBC underscore conference frame equals apply mapping 1. Catalog underscore connection equals my underscore JDBC underscore connection. Connection underscore options equals deep table, my underscore table, database, my underscore database, transformation underscore CTX equals data sync 2 job dot commit. Data source. The data is read from the S3 bucket. Apply mapping. Data is transformed based on the required schema, data sync. The transformed data is written to the PostgreSQL table. Step 6. Scheduling your ETL job. Automating data ingestion. To automate the ETL process, you can schedule your Glue job. Create a Glue trigger. Go to the Glue console and create a new trigger. Define schedule. Choose whether to trigger the job on a schedule, for example, daily, or based on specific events. Attach the job. Link your ETL job to the trigger to automate data ingestion. Conclusion. Empowering data engineers with efficient ETL solutions. AWS Glue simplifies the complex process of ETL, offering both flexibility and scalability. By following this podcast, data engineers can efficiently move data from Amazon S3 to PostgreSQL on RDS, ensuring data is securely stored and readily available for analysis. This podcast provides a robust foundation for streamlining your ETL processes, empowering you to handle significant data challenges easily. Thank you for listening to our podcast. Please share this podcast, visit our website and follow our social media links.